Yeah, RG crew. Hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. Well, what we've got here is Truck World Australia, the closed beta. I'm one of the members of the closed beta testing, and they've allowed us now to show videos of what we're doing, and we're allowed to comment now. Before we were not allowed to do that, but now they're letting us loose on the general public to give our comments on what we think about Truck World Australia and the closed beta. So the first thing I'll say is that the developers are very quick to act on any issues that arise, and if we let them know that we've found something wrong with the testing, they'll jump on it and try to fix it as quickly as they can. With all that being said, there are still quite a few little bugs here and there that at least I've found, and I'm going to give you a look at the progress so far and explain a few of the things that I've found, and some of the things I like, some of the things I don't like. So without further ado, let's get into it, and I'll show you exactly what we're looking at. So the first thing I'll say is that the settings are good. You've got quite a bit of stuff that you can adjust in your settings, which is good, because normally in closed betas it's very limited to what you can do, but you've got quite a bit of stuff here that you can adjust. You've got your controls, full control layout. You can change and set up to your own liking. Same with audio. Yeah, goodbye. You can do anything you want with those settings, so that's a good thing. Like I say, some of the closed betas I've been in, you've been very restricted in what adjustments you can make. So that's, like I say, that's a plus. All right, so the next thing, we'll jump into the game and I'll show you what we've got so far. Okay, so when you open up the closed beta, again, this is I'll stress, this is a closed beta, so it may not represent the final look and feel of the game. But as you can see here, we're in a Outback rest stop in Australia, and the graphics are quite good. Let's take a quick walk around and then I'll take you to the truck, let you have a look. But as you can see, graphics are quite good. The ambient sound is very good. You've got birds and animals in the background making their normal noises. Some of the trucks are very basic. As you can see, as you get closer, these wheels are a bit hexagonal instead of being round. But again, it's a closed beta, they're just starting, and these are really just placeholders. So nothing to sort of really get worried about. As you can see, some of the AI traffic driving away. So yeah, graphics are great, can't complain. There's no performance issues so far that I've come across. Welcome to the Northern Territory. Okay, so this is a truck, and at the front here you've got nodes that you can activate certain things. This is the road train signs, or the information signs. You can switch them on or off. Around here you've got your door that you can get into your truck. You've got your airlines, which you can attach or detach. You've got your fifth wheel. Can't detach that now because we've got to put the legs down. Then you've got your legs, which are automatic. Click on those and away they go. Once they're down, you can then disconnect your trailer, and all seems to be working fine. Let's disconnect the air hose and disconnect the fifth wheel. So that frees up the trailer. Also on your straps, your tie downs, you have access to them. Tighten them up. What else have we got here? So yeah, you've got access to those, so that when you're loading and unloading, you can check your load. And what we'll do is we'll drive away and show you that we have separated from the trailer. Jump in here. I've got the steering wheel turned off, so you can't see the steering wheel. That's another bonus that I like, and should be in other games that I won't mention, so that you can actually turn it off in the settings and just have your own steering wheel in front of you, sort of thing. So what we'll do now, like I say, we'll start the truck up and move away from the trailer. Oh, handbrake off. I have got the settings in place here on the button box here. It's not meant to be. This is actually another game's button box, but I've programmed that in or used the keybinds from this on the settings so that I can use the button box. Okay, so as you can see, we've moved away from the trailer, and hooking up is quite simple. You just reverse back, and if you're outside like this, you'll see that the fifth wheel will light up. There we go. And then you've got that dot there that you've got to line up with. Once it's lined up, click, you're in place. So now we'll switch off, handbrake on, hop out of the vehicle, and hook up the air lines. We don't need to hook up the fifth wheel because it is now hooked up, because it's slotted into place and clicked in. Just to upload them. I love how you can see the weight dropping into the axles there. And like I say, now we're ready to rock and roll. Jump back in the truck, start her up. Got to hold the button down to get it going. Handbrake off. Now I've got the Logitech shifter. I've set it up so that the first gear is here, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then your splitter works, which is good. So now you're sixth, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. It is a 10th speed, and that's why I've set it up like it is. And then reverse is over here in the cross and up position, working fine. I can't find a problem with it. The only thing I will say is it's a manual gearbox with a manual clutch, but that doesn't seem to matter. Like, I'll put my foot on the clutch and into gear, first gear, and if I rev the motor it won't move. Take my foot off the clutch and move on, and it works, but I can stop the truck, it doesn't stall. So that's one big problem that I've found, because you wouldn't be able to put it into first gear. You normally wouldn't be able to do that in a real truck because it would stall. So yeah, they need to fix the clutch not actually doing what it's supposed to do when it's a manual clutch. But anyway, so we'll move off. Very low gear, or low geared. As you can see, I've gone through all those gears right up to fourth, just in the car park. Now the steering, they've sort of got it right. Their feedback. But I will say this is one of the things I don't like, is that the feedback's good at a certain point. And I know that sounds weird, but when you're in this area, it's very wishy-washy. There's very little feedback there. It feels like, you know, I mean, and I've got the feedback set at 1, which is the default setting. If I go any higher, which I'll show you in a tick, let's get out of that gear and go into 7th, so we've got a bit of speed up. 8. So when the weird thing is, when you get faster, your steering feels heavier, and that's normally not the case. Normally your steering will feel a little bit lighter as you go faster. It actually feels a bit heavier. I'm doing this because I'm showing you now how it's reacting, and it's doing a good job. So watch if I turn the feedback up to where I would like to have it. Where are we here? I would like to have it at around probably 1.20, and maybe a little bit higher actually, but let's just put it at 1.20. That's close enough. And I'll show you what actually happens. And this is something that I have already reported, so I don't know if these guys Well, they probably will be. They'll be looking into it. But I'll show you what happens. Probably won't happen. It'll be Murphy's Law, not actually do anything now. Alright, so get ready just in case it does happen. Yep, there we go. Watch my steering wheel. See how it clicks? And I lose complete steering if I turn sharply. See that? And I've got to fight to get it back. So once you're past about 45-degree angle on your steering, let's see if I can get it up here on this straight. Once you're about there, you lose it, as you can see. So that's one of the problems that they have to address, is force feedback. So if I go back now and set it back to 1, where are we? There. So yeah, if I set it back to 1, it will be okay. But again, it's a very wishy-washy feedback for the G29. I'm not saying it's the same with other wheels. I'm just saying with the G29, it's quite weird, to say the least. That if I turn, so now it's fine. It's not clicking or anything. But like I say, this bit here, there's no feeling at all. It's just a matter of, you know, there's no feedback at all at that point. But once you get past that, yes, you can feel everything. If I go off-road, I can feel the rocks. They come through quite good. Back onto this road surface. So the feedback there is fine, but it's just this bit here. And because of that, it tends to wander. And you're constantly correcting, doing micro adjustments to keep it straight on the road. I'm missing gears here. But anyway, let's go outside so you can have a look at the exterior. And like I say, the graphics are fantastic. The truck physics are fairly good, except, like I say, as you can see here, I'm constantly adjusting this steering wheel to keep the truck straight. Because if I don't, it tends to wander. But again, I think that's just a matter of either I've set it up incorrectly or they may have to adjust it for the G29. But like I say, you can see there. I would like to have a little bit more, how can I put it, audible feedback from the engine as you go through the gears, because it sounds, how can I put it, as you can see, I geared down and the revs, even though it should be revving higher, doesn't sound like it is. It seems like a constant drone. There doesn't seem to be any actual pickup in the revs if you listen to the engine, although it's a little bit there. But again, I'm being very picky. Interior wise, graphics of the interior are great. Like I say, I've taken the steering wheel off in the settings so that that's not interfering with my visuals. And overall, I'm super impressed by it. And like I say, graphics are great. Truck seems to behave all right once you get past that initial sloppiness there. Let's slow down and go into this parkway here. And the other thing I don't like is that we don't have any head tracking, and you've got to use the mouse or your keyboard or your buttons to look around. Whoops. And yeah, so, but it's good. They've given you sort of various settings where you can go and view just your mirror, like so, and then back to the center, or you can go all the way around and look out the windows and then back to your center. So you can adjust that, and that's good. That's fantastic. I think that's a good idea. But the one thing I would like to see is head tracking. Actually, let me try to turn my head tracking on. Unless they've updated and fixed that, we shall find out. Okay, that's with head tracking turned on, and no, it's not working. Nope. Definitely not working. That's just me pressing the buttons on the steering wheel. So that's, yeah, that's not working. But audio wise, sounds are great, graphics are great, feedback on the road surfaces, etc. That's good. Just that sloppiness in the steering wheel. Yeah. Just a few little things that they could fix up. And I've got the indicator on there to turn left, but there's no indicator showing on the dash. So that's another thing that you might have to address. And like I say, if I had the head tracking working, it would be so much better. Whoops. Because it makes things a little bit more difficult. But I'm spoiled, I'm used to head tracking. So yeah, that indicator was still on. I could hear it, but I couldn't see any indication that it was on. Again, maybe I'm missing something. Turn it on. No, I can't. Definitely cannot see any indicator. Am I missing it? Nope. But again, very early stage in the closed beta. The graphics great. Truck physics seem to be getting better each time they patch it and upgrade it. And like I say, if they could get this force feedback right, it always seems to be in these types of games that the one thing that causes more problems than anything is the steering wheel compatibility. They have apparently got support for, I think it was Fanatec and Monza or whatever it's called. Moza, whatever. I'm only used to the G29, so like I say, I can only give you my experience on this, and I have to be truthful, I don't like it. It definitely needs improving, but so far they've done such a great job on it. It's a lot better than some of the other games that I've tested, and like I say, I won't mention names, but one that's already been released as a full release is nowhere near the level that this is. This is fantastic. The graphics great. Like I say, I keep hyping on about it, but the most important things in anything like this is the graphics, because you're driving and you're touring, you're looking at the scenery, so you want good graphics in your scenery. You want good graphics on the interior of your truck. You want to be able to read your dials, and like I say, one of the other games that has just, well, not just been released, but was released fairly recently, and touted that it was ready to rock and roll and be a great game. Yeah, nowhere near as good as this as far as that goes. So what I'll do now is we'll pull up and I'll show you the settings and a couple of things I do like and a couple of things I don't like. And as I say, you can see that I'm getting good feedback through the wheel there when I'm off-road, so I like that. Alright, so switch off, handbrake on, into the settings. And like I say, the good thing is your interface. You've got quite a few settings that you can turn your HUD on or off. You can change your language, you can, change your camera sensitivity, Your gearbox mode is accessible from here. You can go semi-automatic, fully automatic, or manual. I go manual because I like to drive manual. Shifter type is up-down shifting or H pattern. Did I bump that? Should have been on H pattern. Clutch should have been on manual. What's going on? Maybe that's the problem. Steering wheel visibility. I'll turn that on so you can see it. Steering animation range. Yep, that's correct. Let's just double check that now that I've changed those settings, because they should have been on what I just set them at. So there's the steering wheel, as you can see there. Let's see what happens now. Indicator on. Okay, I'm in gear. I'm going to stop. See if the engine's stalled. Nope. See, that wouldn't happen in real life. You'd need to push a clutch in. And the weird thing is, when you first start the truck, it works. Or does it? No, it's not. If you're out of gear, no. It's working like an automatic clutch, even though it isn't. So yeah, so these are the settings for gameplay, and all working. Graphics, you've got quite a few settings that you can play with right now. Now the only thing I don't like is, for example, if I want to adjust the dead zones on the steering, I have to go through every setting in the steering wheel again. I'll explain to you to show you what I mean. So for example, to get to the dead zones, I've got to go here, manual, start manual, right? Steering axis, set everything up, check it, and here's the dead zones for it. So you think, okay, well that's okay, you set your dead zones. I've got them at 0, but the problem is that if I go back now, and say yes, the settings will be all incorrect now. I think. Could be wrong. Oh, okay. There you go, I learned something. I don't have to go through all the settings. Just go to that and then go back. But again, like I say, the fact that you've got no head tracking on this, for me, is a big drawback, because you need to be able to somehow, without using the mouse, I suppose, I'm really, being a bit too picky. So I can do that while I'm driving. I know I'm floating gears here. The headlight switch works on here. So does the hazard lights. About, got to get around there before we crash. So the lights are on. Turn those light beams on. Can't really see it, but the lights are on. So yes, let me know what you think down in the description below, in the comments below. I'm liking it. I think they're doing a great job, and I'm definitely looking forward to the final game when it's released, because I think it will be fantastic. it's anything like the closed beta, and it can only get better, then it's going to be a fantastic game, and it's going to rival some of the big ones that are already out there, which I love. And that's saying something, because like I say, I do I'm a fanboy for the other two big truck games, and this to me looks like it's going to give it a bit of a run for its money. So anyway, hopefully that showed you what they've got up to so far. And like I say, I don't know if I've explained it as well or shown you as much as I can, but I'm doing my best to get it out there to show you. Like I say, they've only just recently allowed us to do that. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It helps me with YouTube algorithm, and hopefully you did enjoy it, and we'll catch you next one. Bye for now.